People always ask me, how easy is it to integrate credit card processing into Service Autopilot? In this video, I'll walk you through step by step and show you how quick and simple it is to integrate your credit card processing into your Service Autopilot account.
Service Autopilot is not a credit card merchant company. We don't have a merchant division, nothing like that. Service Autopilot is simply software to run your business. However, we do integrate with a couple of really great companies that provide that merchant service. And so let's say, for example, that you decide, you look at the companies that we work with and you decide, I really want to go with BluePay as my merchant company. And we're going to actually have BluePay talking over the course of this month a little bit about how their system works, the security behind it, the details of a merchant account and what you need to know. We're going to have them guest posting on the blog this month and talking to you a little bit about that. But let's say that that's who you decided to go with was BluePay. Well, to integrate, I'm going to jump over to a different account here because I don't want to show you guys my secret information here. But the way that you get to the screen that you need to use to integrate with BluePay or OpenEdge, either one, is under your home menu. I'll click Settings. And there is a section here called Integrations. I'll click on that. So during the application process with either BluePay or OpenEdge, the end result will be that you get some account information. It's not a deal where you get sent, a bunch of hardware that you've got to learn how to integrate with your computer or anything like that. You literally get an account, and a part of that account is going to be an ID and a secret key. So within this screen, in order to integrate with Service Autopilot, there's no development that has to happen. Honestly, there's not even a phone call that has to be made. You just have to take your account ID and secret key and plug it in to this screen. Obviously, make sure that you have the correct processor selected here and plug that information in. Once you save your changes, that's it. Credit card charging at that point will be enabled in your system. End of story. There's nothing else to it. So it's that simple to integrate your newly accepted merchant account into the Service Autopilot system. So now let's talk a little bit about the next step in the process. What does it actually look like to put cards into Service Autopilot? How easy is it? How secure is it? Things like that. Let me jump back over to my other account here. Let's drill into one of our existing customers here. We'll look at Bruce Johnson. So you'll see here right away when you pull up Bruce Johnson, it shows you in the very top of the screen that he does not have a credit card on file. So if I want to add a card for Bruce, I'll click Add here. If I had an existing card, it would show me some of the information. It would all be secure, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in a second here. But you'd see the last 4 digits of the card, the expiration, etc. You can actually add multiple cards to Bruce's account straight from this screen. That way, when one ends up getting declined, you can charge another card that you have on file for him. And all of this is done securely. Let me show you. I'll click Add Credit Card here, and this form pops up. So without getting too technical here, I'll just explain to you that this is actually not a Service Autopilot form. In my case here, this account is integrated with BluePay, and this is a BluePay form. We are just showing you this form on the client side of the web. It's not on the server side of Service Autopilot. So Service Autopilot literally never gets your client's credit card information. Our system never touches it. It's never stored in our system. What happens is we serve this form up to you, this BluePay form, and when the credit card number is submitted, again, I'm going to let BluePay talk a little bit more in detail later this month about the security behind that. But essentially what happens is that number is sent securely to BluePay, where it can be stored offline, where it can't be hacked, essentially. And we use a process called tokenization. The way that tokenization works, it's the most secure way to do online credit card transactions. Once BluePay gets that credit card number, they turn that number into a token, which is a random string of numbers and letters. And it's frankly an incredibly long string of numbers and letters. And in no way does it resemble the credit card number. It's just a key, essentially, that we can use, both BluePay and Service Autopilot, that we can send back and forth securely over the web, where if anybody were to see that number or capture that number, they wouldn't know what to do with it. There would be nothing to do with it. Like I said, it wouldn't resemble even a credit card number. It would be a random string of numbers and digits. So the credit card number gets submitted here, the tokenization process happens, and BluePay then returns that token to Service Autopilot. And that is what's used moving forward to perform credit card transactions. So let me close that down. That's the process of adding a credit card. Now there's another version of that as well that I'm not going to show you today, and that's the client portal. And using the Service Autopilot client portal, which is a feature that we offer outside of the Pro membership, it basically takes this step out of your hands and it puts it into the client's hands, where you can tell your client, hey, here's your username and password to the client portal. Go online, set your username and password to whatever you want it to be, and they can actually enter their credit card information using this exact same form. Same processes apply, the tokenization process, etc. It's just as secure. But you actually never, even in that case, have to hear the number from the client if you don't want to. So once that's happened, either you have entered the credit card information or the client's done it themselves on the portal, the client is now set up to have their card charged.